Hello, kind-hearted kindergartners. My name is Miss Chiniwa, and I'll be doing some math with you today. Let's start off today with a game that the kindergartners at my school and even the first graders really love. It's called beep counting. So what you're going to do is you're going to read the numbers, and when you get to the line, you say beep. Ready? Go. Do you know what the beep number should be? What number goes in that space? Raise your hand if you know. All right, I'm gonna snap my fingers, and when I snap it, you say the number. Ready? 3, you're right. Wanna do the next one? Go ahead and read it. Beep! And what's the beep number? Ready for me to snap? 8, you're right. How about this one? Beep. Do you know that beep number? 11. That was too easy. Let me give you some more. These ones are a little trickier. Do you notice what's different here? Yeah, now you're going to be counting backwards. So we're starting at 11 and going backwards in the first one. Are you ready? Let's read it. Beep. What is it? 9. Yeah, you could have used that last one we had just done to help you remember that one. You're right. Ready? 6. And what's our beep number? 4. Good job. 8. Beep. 6. Very nice. Now I'm going to use bigger numbers because you are rocking it at this. So I'm going to see if I can trick you. Okay? Ready? 41. Beep. 43. What number should go there? Ready? 42. Awesome work. I thought these big numbers would trick you, but they didn't. Let's see if you can do this one. Ready? 73. And do you know the beep number? 74. Fantastic. Last one. Ready for the beep number? Ready? Going. 99, 98, 99, 100. Kiss your brains. That was awesome. All right, let's jump into our lesson for today. By the end of today, I want you to be able to say, I can recognize parts in a set up to 5. So there's some words that Miss Chiniwa was going to use a lot today. I want to make sure that we all know what they mean. One word I'm going to use a lot is part. When you have a part, you have some, but not all of something. So if we look at these apples in the basket, part of them are red. We're also going to talk a lot about wholes. When you have the whole, you have all of something, okay? So if we look at our apples again, the whole basket is full of apples. As we're working together today, I want you to keep some questions in mind. I want you to be thinking about how many objects you see. How could you tell without counting them all? And is there a pattern or a clue in the picture that you can use? Today, we're going to be doing number flashes. That means Miss Chiniwa is going to show you a picture really quickly, and you have to tell me how many there are. But I'm not going to give you enough time to count them all. So we're going to talk about how can we figure out how many of something there are without counting them all. I want you to follow along with the pictures that I'm going to be showing you and write some number sentences that will help you to understand what you're seeing. Are you ready for the first one? It starts off really easy. Ready? How many did you see? Let's check. 1, 2. How were you able to do that so quickly without counting? Did you notice that there's one purple and one green Unifix cube on here? If so, you know that 1 and 1 makes 2. Go ahead and write that down in the blanks. 1 and 1 makes 2. Great. Are you ready for your next one? How many did you see that time? Oh, that one was a little trickier. I'm hearing different answers. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4. What parts could we use here to help us figure out the whole? Yeah, we could look at the different colors. The red part is 3. The yellow part is 1. And I know that 3 and 1 together makes 4. Go ahead and jot that down on your paper. 3 and 1 makes 4. Ready for the next one? Ooh, how many was that? Let's see if you're right. I can use the colors again to help me figure out the parts and the whole. The blue part is how many, friends? You're right, there's 1 blue. How about the yellow part? How much is that? Awesome. And 1 and 2 makes how many? 3. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. 1 and 2 makes 3. Write that down. We'll do just a couple more with the linking cubes, and then I've got some different pictures for you. Ready for this one? Make sure you're paying attention. How many that time? You're right, there's 3. Just like before, we had a 1 and a 2. We still have 1 black and 2 greens. They're just kind of separated. They're on opposite ends of the black linking cube. But that's okay. I still have 1 and 2 makes 3. Fantastic. Last one with the linking cubes. How many did you see that time? One more time, because that was kind of tricky. How many did you see? Ooh, okay, let's check. What parts do you see? Awesome, I see a blue part and a red part. How many is the blue part? There's 4, because I see 3 over here and 1 more, and I remember that 3 and 1 makes 4. So this is 4. What about my red part? That's one more. And I can just count on 4, 5. I know that there must be 5 Lincoln Cubes on the picture. Ready for a new picture? This time, I'm using those cute little teddy bear counters that you probably have seen before in your classroom. Ready? Oh, you can't use the color anymore to help you make your parts. They're all red. Let me show you one more time and see if you can figure out how many you see. How many did you see? Okay, let's check and see if you're right. This time, what parts could we use? Yeah, we can look at the little ones and the big ones. So we can use the different sizes to help us to make our different parts. Okay, so I see how many bigger ones? 2 big ones. And how many small ones? 2 small ones. 2 and 2 together makes how many? 4. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 and 2 makes 4. If you're following along on your paper, make sure you're writing these ones down. Ready for the next one? More teddy bears. How many did you see that time? 3. We're pretty good at this one now. We know there are how many small ones? 2. And how many big ones? 1. And we remember from with our Unifix cubes that 2 and 1 makes 3. Fantastic. Here's another one. Mission I was trying to be tricky this time. Did I get you? How many big ones are there? There are none. And in math, when we have none of something, we use the number 0. So there are 0 big ones. And how many small ones? 2. 0 and 2 makes 2. Fantastic. 0 and 2 makes 2. Write that down. All right. Here's our last teddy bear one. I might get you. Did you count them? Don't count them. How many did you see? How many big ones do we have? 2 big ones. How many small ones do we have? 3 small ones. 2 and 3 makes, is it 4 or is it 5? Let's count and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you tell me the sentence. 2. Exactly. Write that down. 2 and 3 makes 5. Ooh, we are moving, kindergarten. I've got now a new shape for us to look at. These are fun and they may be familiar. You might even have some at your home. How many dots did you see on that one? We can't use the size anymore because all the dots are the same size. So how can we figure out our parts? Yeah, we can use different sides of the domino. That's exactly right. So on the left side, how many dots do you see? 0. And how many on the right side? 2. And we did this one before. 0 and 2 makes, good, write that down. Ready for the next one? How many did you see that time? Let's see. Well, I know this side without counting because I remember from our last one that this is 2. So this is 2. I can just keep that in my brain. Now I've got to figure out this side. How many are on this side? 3 of them. And I don't have to count because I see that this one looks a lot like the 2 with just one more in the middle. And I know 1 more than 2 is 3. That's the next number. So my parts are 3 and 2. And we've done this one before. Do you remember? 3 and 2 makes 5. Good. Write that down. All right. Ready for another domino? I'm going to be tricky and I'm going to hold it different this time. How many that time? So we can use our last one. We see that this is 3. So that means on the one we're doing, this top part is 3. I don't have to count. I remember this is 3 and this is 1. Does anyone remember? 3 and 1 makes 4. I can just count on if I forgot. 3, 4. All right, couple more domino ones. Ready? How many that time? Let me show you again. On this side, I see a 1. I know it's a 1 because I've seen that before. On this side, I've got to figure out how many there are. Well, maybe you notice that there are 2 rows or 2 columns. I know there's 2 on this side and 2 on that side. I remember from before, 2 and 2 makes 4. So without counting all of these, I can tell that there are 4 here. And I can say 1 and 4 makes 5. Good work. Make sure you write that down. Last domino. How many did you see? Well, up top, I see how many? What's that number? 0. How many on the bottom? That one's kind of tricky. I noticed, though, that this kind of looks like this one, the old one that we just did, if I move this dot down into the middle. If I do that, I have the same picture. So that means this must be 5. Let's count to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what 5 looks like on a domino. Can you take a picture in your brain so you never forget? Ready? That's what 5 looks like on a domino. So from now on, you don't have to count. This is 5. All right, kiss your brains. We're gonna do a couple more patterns. This one is gonna be tricky because they're gonna be dots like you saw on the dominoes, but they're not gonna be arranged all nice and neatly like before. So you're really gonna have to look for parts. Ready? You wanna see it one more time? How many were on that page? Maybe we need to count because it doesn't sound like we're agreeing. That's okay. How many are on the page? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my whole is 5. But what parts do I see the 5 in? What parts do you see here? I see an upside down L looking part, and then 2 dots in a line. And now I want you to make a sentence based on the parts that you saw. So I see 3 and 2 makes 5. If you saw it the same way, it's okay to use my sentence. If you saw it differently, it's okay to use your sentence. Ready for one more of those tricky ones? How many? You're right. There's 3 of them. How did you see that whole 3 in parts? What parts do you see? Miss Chaniwa first saw it as a top row and a bottom row. But I can also kind of see that there's one side and another side. And let's make a sentence. I saw 2 and 1 makes 3. You may have seen it differently, and that's okay. Write your sentence now. All righty. We are at our last shape or way of seeing these dots. We're going to do them on a 5 frame. In a 5 frame, there's 1 row. You may have seen a 10 frame that has 2 rows. There's 1 row on a 5 frame. And there are 5 in a full row. That's going to be a helpful hint while you're looking up here. Okay. How many did you see? I saw 3. How did you see them? If you saw them as 1 and 1 and 1, that's okay, but that's kind of like counting. So let Miss Chaniwa tell you how I saw it. I know that the whole row is 5. I have 3 that are filled in and 2 that are missing. So 3 and 2 missing makes 5. That's one way that you could write your sentence. If you saw it another way, it's okay to write your sentence that way. Ready for another one? How many did you see? Yeah, we're getting good at this one. Did you see it as 1 and 2 makes 3? Kiss your brain. Did you also see it as 3 filled in and 2 missing makes 5? If you saw it both ways, will you give yourself a little raise the roof? I love it when friends are able to think about numbers in multiple or many different ways. Ready? How many do you see? And what's your sentence? Awesome. I heard 3 and 1 makes good. And I saw some more friends who are trying out looking at our whole as the whole 5 frame. So that would mean that I have how many covered? 4. And how many are not covered? 1. So 4 and 1 are 2 parts that make a whole of 5. Okay. Hey, that looks a lot like the one we just did. Huh. 1 and 3 makes 4. Interesting. Did you notice that 3 and 1 makes 4 and 1 and 3 makes 4? So it doesn't matter the order of my parts. When I put them together, I get the same whole. Very interesting. Can you tell me the sentence if we're talking about the whole 5 frame as our whole? So 5 is our whole. Excellent. Our part that is covered is 4. Our part that is uncovered is 1. 4 and 1 make 5. Good work. Last one. All right, tell me your sentence looking at the 2 parts of the dots. Yeah, if we look at the dots only, 2 and 2 makes 4. Good. If we look at the whole as the 5 frame, the whole thing is the 5 frame, how many are uncovered? 1 is uncovered. How many are covered? 4 are covered. 1 and 4 make 5. Whew. All of that fantastic mathematical thinking. I am so proud of you. Please kiss your brains, kindergartners. I told you that by the end of this, I want you to be able to say, I can recognize parts in a set up to 5. Give me a thumbs up if you think, yeah, I did it. Give me a thumbs down if you think, Miss Shaniwa, I need some more practice with this with my teacher or my parents. Let me see it. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Awesome. I see lots of thumbs up. That's great. There are lots of ways that we can look at and see the parts of a set. We can look at their color, their size, and their location. There are some tools that make this easier, like those dominoes we were looking at and 5 frames. Do you want to practice more with this skill? I want to know, how many different ways can you show 5? You could use a domino. You could use the teddy bear counters. You could use those linking cubes or any other way that you can think of to show 5. Can you fill each circle with a different representation of 5? Please take 1 minute to copy down this worksheet. If there is a grown-up nearby who has a phone that can take pictures, it may be helpful to snap a picture so that you can finish once the video is over. Thank you so much for doing math with me today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to come back and see you again soon. Have a fantastic day, courageous kindergartners. Bye.